Using. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome back to the channel. Hey, guys, what's wrong with her, Jesus? 1.8 thousand views. She says something is wrong with the picture. She says she know that those views should have been more than what they were. She said the mental health video that she showed of Taraji P. Henson was supposedly shade thrown at her sister Beloved Life. Wow. Adrian, what is going on with you? Why do you feel the need to just do what you do? What point are you trying to prove? No one is paying this any attention. No one is paying it any mind. And you're wondering why it wasn't 2,000 views. It was only 1.8 thousand views. Because everyone knows that you are a manipulating person. Everyone knows that what you're trying to do and what you're trying to achieve and what you think that you're going to accomplish doing all of this, they're crazy, illiterate, delusional, mentally insane videos. Now, how you going to put Taraji P. Henson in this showing her video? From my understanding, they took that video down. So you're very, very, very upset behind the fact that you feel as though something was wrong because you should have gotten more views than what you had on that video. Why should you have? That's first and foremost, that's Taraji P. Henson video from her show that she did on mental illness. Now, I don't know if you thought that there was going to be a multitude of viewers, more views, more subscribers, recognition, you know what I mean? Like, quote unquote, the building of the foundation to the top of the rim. You're doing everything in your power to get there, but you're just doing all the wrong things and you're going about it in the wrong way to accomplish and achieve your goal. You're still at 26.8K. And you're saying that your subscribers go up every day. Well, when I look at it, I see the same amount. I don't understand this lady for the life of me. All you want to do is just hurt, harm, and danger people. But in reality, you're not doing any hurt, harm, or danger to no one but the big A, as you call yourself. The big A. Hey. Jesus Christ. Now, I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not covering for Beloved Life. I'm not covering for Mr. Nate. Then she said, Nate, you sitting your big, fat, pregnant ass back there. Sit your big, fat, pregnant ass down. First and foremost, that sounds stupid because, just because the man has a big belly doesn't mean that he's pregnant, because he's a man and he cannot pass a baby through his penis or his ASS. What the... Somebody tell me what's wrong with the lady. She losing her mind. She delusional. She the crazy. She done went off the deep end. My God, she just doing everything in her power to just drag that poor lady down. And that lady just sitting back. Now, let me tell you now, Miss Beloved got a lot of shade. She got a little shade with her. She does. She does, seems to get a little bit, beyond herself. She does get a little bit, in my opinion, and I'm sticking to it, she does get a little, a little conceited when she talks sometimes, you know what I mean? But, Jesus Christ, Adrian, what are you doing? Like, you're trying to find every aspect of the way to just drag this lady down. But see, in reality, what's going to happen, you're going to drag yourself down. Now, if Miss Beloved really truly wanted to sincerely bring you down as well. She can do that. But see, overall, because you're not getting any recognition or you're not getting any reply or response from her, but she'll throw a little shade in her video, at some point or another. You know what I mean? It upsets you. It just makes you just your blood boil because you want her to come back and see what you want her to do. You want her to come back raunchy and ratchet with you. Let me sit up, guys, for a minute because my shoulder hurts. You want her to come back ratchet and raunchy with you. You want her to quarrel with you, and she's not going to give you that. She's not going to give you that. I don't give two doggons how much and how hard you try. She's not going to give you that. Truth be told, my dear, you guys need to stop it because that lady is just, first and foremost, she has too much on her plate to be going back and forth with you. First of all, she has too much to lose to be going back and forth with you. Now, do Miss Beloved get beyond herself? She does. She really does. She sometimes she gets beyond herself. Sometimes she tends to lead us to believe that she brags about some things. Some people say that she's not bragging, you know what I mean? But in a sneaky type of way, in a sense of speaking, just a snip of, she does a little bit. Is she proud in what she succeeded? Yeah, she's proud in what she succeeded, you know what I mean? And again, I say, us as her subscribers, us as the viewers, you know what I mean? We help her get there. But beyond her getting there, she built her success in products that she made, and she built her success in coming on here every day, eating obsessively, and people viewing her videos from beginning to end, and like, comment, share, and subscribing, you know what I mean? She built that, you know what I mean? So Mr. Nate being her manager, which he was not her manager before, Mr. Nate had a good job and he left his job. I don't know if I would have truly left my job, you know what I mean? But to each his own, that's his prerogative. If he felt as though he wanted to leave his job and he wanted to pursue this with his wife, that is his prerogative. But it is just utterly ridiculous that every single time you come up here, there's some sort of a situation with either the guy Walter, and I'm just gonna leave him where he at because he done went off the deep end because his videos are so damn boring. Like, who sits there and eat a spoonful of food, and who sits there and eat spaghettis with a damn spoon? Somebody tell me, who sits there and eats spaghettis with a spoon? Who sits there with their fingers dainty as, like women do? They dainty and they hold their food and they dainty with their hands and they eat. Who sits there and literally picks the food from their plate and clang the plate to, oh my God, oh Jesus. I can't watch his videos. It just irritates me to watch his videos. Oh no, Bethany! What you talk about, Bethany? Oh no, Bethany! And all you hear is Sin City in the back. You hear Sin City in the back. You know what? Girl, sit up in the camera and show your face and stop sitting in the background talking. Just get in the damn camera with the man and stop talking. And another thing, I don't understand, and it's not out of hatred, jealousy, or animosity. I want to know how in the hell he got I'm sure he got all of these subscribers because of Beloved Life. But I'm wondering, like, the videos are so damn boring. Like, it just make you click off the video because he's so boring. He doesn't talk about anything. You know what I mean? All you see is Yaya, the dog, in the way. Unsanitary. And, it's very, very unsanitary. It's very unsanitary to have a dog sitting in front of you. Your food is there. It's It is just very, very, very nasty. He sits in a car. The dog is up in his lap. He eating his food and he digging in his bag. And then when he hand sanitizes his hands, he just put the whole heap of hand sanitizer on his hand. He doesn't rub the stuff together to let it dry on his hand. He immediately goes in the bag and he digs in the bag and he gets his food. Then he slurp out his teeth. And then he take his fingers and he dig all in the back of his mouth. That's just just not, it's so very unsanitary for him to do that. You know what I mean? And I just don't get I don't see what people get when they watch this video. There was a gentleman, I don't know who he was, but I saw a video of this guy that did a video on him and was saying how boring he is. And yeah, boring he is, So I'm going to get back to the topic in a few minutes. He's very much so boring. He doesn't look into the camera. He doesn't interact with his subscribers. He's all over the place with the damn dog, or he's talking to Cindy. Cindy's on the other skirt of the camera. He's looking over, he's talking to her. When you're on this camera, Walter, and you're doing the mukbang, you entertain your viewers. You entertain your subscribers. That is what you want that camera for. That is why we are here, for you to look at us and talk to us when you are doing your mukbang, or whatever. Oh no, Bethany! And when he's talking, all of a sudden he goes into a stare, He's talking about the football. He's talking about the show on the TV. But he doesn't say, hey, what's up, guys? What's up? What up, cut-ups? I'm not cut-ups, I'm sorry. What's up, Puff Puff gang? How y'all doing today? He might say that every now and then. I hope y'all doing something positive and blessed today. What's on you guys' agenda today? He'll say something like, what up, Pop-Up gang? I hope y'all all right today. Hope y'all having a good day. And next thing you know, here comes Sin City, intervening in the video, sitting there talking to him. He turns his face away from the camera. He gets up like 50 damn thousand times to go get napkins, to go get water. When you are doing your mukbang, you put your display, everything's supposed to be ready, propped, and on time, and ready to go ahead and video and record your video. He gets up multiple times to go get a spoon, eats the damn spaghetti with a spoon. Spaghettis that you make, like some homemade spaghetti. Eats the spaghettis with the spoon. I was done. I was totally done. He was eating a piece of rib with a spoon. Like, something's not right with these two. Walter and Adrian. And this is probably why these two do not get along. These two siblings do not get along because their personality and their multiple personalities are similar. You know what I mean? They're basically about the same. But let's get back to the video as far as Adrian Slave Variety / Sharika / Nikki. You guys know that Nikki is the one that's the Miss Dainty, Miss Promiscuous, Miss do the things and the things and make the things and the things of the things. Okay, Sharika is the one that's very, very messy and likes to argue. Very argumentative. She wants to argue. She wants to make, do things her way. If she wants to get out there, she want to bash you, and she want to fight you and all that. She wants to throw her hands around your neck and put you in a headlock. Adrian wants to be the high standard one, which she's not high standard. She would never meet that quality. She would never meet that qualification because she's too ghetto. She's too thuggish. A lady of her character and a lady of her age, almost 50 years old. You think that she would settle down and get her mind right. But when you're dealing with multiple personality, that's kind of hard to do. Now, as she said, when she did that video for mental health on Taraji P. Henson, we seen that. We seen the video. Why did you have to go put that video up? Who was that was in reference to or pertaining to? Self, meaning you. Because there are some issues with you, Adrian. Okay, but if I'm not mistaken, I think you said that that video you put up was shade for Beloved Life. And then you said, when Mr. Nate make that title for her and said your sister Beloved is not built like that to produce a title like that. Mr. Nate makes all the titles for her. She's too soft. You don't know that. You say that, but you definitely don't know that for sure. That could have been Miss Beloved title that she wanted to make, but you said that was Mr. Nate's doing. Somehow, Mr. Nate, you always get squared up in that conversation with Adrian Slave Variety / Sharika / Nikki. Ridiculous. It just goes on and on and on and on and on. You know what I mean? And just like you just made a video just the other day and said, what is going on up in these YouTube streets? When is it going to stop? Then you turn around and a few days later, you come in with a messy video. You're upset because you did not get your props, your recognition, your viewers, your subscribers. You wanted more than 1.8 thousand views. You said something's wrong with the picture. It should have been more than that. So now who you blaming for that? Are you blaming Mr. Nate, Miss Beloved? Who are you blaming for that? Listen, if nobody wants to watch the videos, Adrian, you cannot make anyone watch what they don't want to watch. If they feel as though they don't want to watch that video, then so be it. But you cannot get upset and you cannot fault someone for something that wasn't there. You said something was wrong with the picture. That it should have been more views than that, than 1.8. You're lucky if you got that. Because we've seen that topic with Taraji P. Henson on TV about mental health. You're just doing too much. You're just doing too much, trying to get so much success that it's just not working out for you. It's not working out for you. Just like I said, if you wanted to get your fame and you really wanted to put your sister out there like that, and if you really wanted people to know who your sister was, and I thought that you was going to do it, I promise you, I thought that you was going to do that to that lady when you went on that jungle thing with Ken. Excuse me. When you went on that jungle thing with Ken, I promise you, I thought that you was going to get on that stage when the man said, just shout out, just shout, I guess shout out your anger or whatever. And I just knew that you was going to shout out and say, beloved! You me beloved! I just knew you was going to shout out and say, beloved, I hate you, me beloved. I just knew you was going to shout that woman's name out. I just knew that you was going to say some things. But you didn't do that, and thank God that you didn't, because I'm telling you, when he said, you got to talk a little louder, you got to speak a little louder, you got to blast out, the words that he told you to say. You said, I said, oh Lord, mister, why you let the lady up on that stage? That lady gonna get up there. She gonna show off. She gonna show her ass. She gonna say some things. Next thing you know, the people in the audience gonna be looking at her like, who is so and so? Y'all know who my sister is. Y'all know who she is. Y'all don't play with me. Y'all know who I is. Don't play with me. I swear God, don't play with me. I'm sorry. Oh my God. I'm just kidding. Mm. Mental health is not a joke, guys. It truly, sincerely, it is not a joke. And just for her to just get up here looking for recognition, viewers, and you say clickbait. You say clickbait. You said that your sister, Mr. Nate, is clickbaiting. You said Mr. Nate is keyboard thugging with his pregnant ass back there. Sit down somewhere. Wow. Let me tell you guys something, and I'm going to go. Mental illness is a very serious, very, very serious sickness. Jealousy, animosity, and hatred is a very serious illness. You would be surprised of the people that have so much animosity towards you, even if you don't have fame and success. Even if you have the littlest, and that other person who's supposed to be your homie, your ride-or-die, your bestie, if you got a little bit of something that's nice, that person whom they call yourself your ride-or-die, your homie, your buddy, your pal, your friend, in the back of that mind of theirs, there's something not right with their knowledge. Something's not right with them because they jealous and they envious you for the least littlest thing. So imagine if you at the top notch of success, how that can maliciously, viciously, violently go wrong. Jealousy is a sickness. Listen, as I stated, you can have the smallest amount of something and the person can envy you to the end. I was watching this movie last night. It's an African movie, and it was about these two young girls. They were going to school. They were in college. They were African, and as time progressed and went on, they were best friends, and so by them being best friends, um, the girl that wound up marrying the gentleman, well, she was best friends with the colleague, and the colleague was best friends with the gentleman. So they were just best friends, and he thought, not the wife that he married, the girl that he was the best friends with. He just liked her as a friend. They did classes together and this, that, and the other. And so one particular day, her and the gentleman was sitting in the restaurant and they were eating because they were colleagues and they were best friends, not the one that wound up with the guy. And they were sitting there and they were eating lunch, and so the girlfriend walked in. And when she walked into the restaurant, the man was mesmerized by her beauty and her body. And he was looking, and the best friend that was sitting at the table with him, she said, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? So actually, the best friend, the female best friend, came into the restaurant to get the key from the girl to get back into the room. They were roommates. And so as she proceeded to walk out the door to leave, he was so mesmerized. He said, "Who is that?" Now, not knowing that the lady that was sitting at the table with him was totally, completely in love with him. But he didn't know that. He did not know that. He just took her as his bestie, his friend. They do studies together. He was so mesmerized by the girl that was sitting at the table, roommate. He said, "Who is that? I got to know her. I need to know her." You know, she was hurt. The lady at the table, she was hurt because she didn't know how to tell him how she really sincerely felt about him. To make a long story short, because I don't want to drag this out too long, as time progressed, he said, "You need to let me know her. Please, you just got to introduce her to me." So she did that, you know what I mean? Because she loved him and she didn't want to lose his friendship, but she was also in love with him, the girl at the dinner lunch table with him. They introduced She introduced her to him. They wind up, the roommate wind up going out with him. They wind up liking each other. They wind up making love. And they wind up, 6 months later, they got married. And they wind up having children. Not 6 months ago, I'm sorry. 5 years later, I'm sorry. 5 years later, they wind up getting married and they was having children. Now, because this girl that was at the lunch table was so in love with him. You know how they rerun the tape back and show you what happened? She was telling him, in the end that why she did what she did to his wife. So anyway, to make a long story short, what she did was when they got married, her roommate and him got married 5 years later. She kept telling her roommate, go ahead and have children by him. He got money, he got foundation, he got this, he got that. He's wealthy. His father and mother is very wealthy. Have children by him so that way if anything happened to him or his parents, you can get his wealth. But in the midst of all of that, they had adopted a boy. They had adopted a son because it took them a while before they conceived children. And so she, adopted the child, the roommate who married the husband. They adopted the son. And then years later, they had another son. They had another son and a daughter. Anyway, in the end, because I can't drag this out too long, in the end, the lunch girl, she got revenge back on her 5 years later. She told her, to have the little boy take some kind of medicine, the little boy that was adopted. You have to get rid of him, and proceed to have your own children by him. She followed along with her and did everything she told her to do. But in the end, the wife wound up losing both of the children because she was so busy trying to get rid of the adopted child. She wound up losing the children that she had. And so in the end, she, told the whole story. The lady at the lunch table told the whole story, why she did it, how it was planned out, and everything. the wife was very much so devastated. You see how you could be manipulated and you could be pulled and drawn into things that you could least expect to be pulled and drawn into? That's why I say you got to be careful, mindful, cautious, and careful who you pick and choose as your ride or die, as your friends, because everything that you think is your friends is not your friends. It is your worst, worst, worst nightmare. That's why I say, I, Anastasia GHIRADELLI'S World, say, friends, I don't have friends. Associates, acquaintance, if you want to call it that. You know what I mean? But a ride or die and a homie, my buddy, my pal, my best friend, never. Never. Because as I told you guys, the one that I thought was my ride or die, my homie, my best friend over 30 something years, slept with my boyfriend. And was I wrong?